What's good, y'all? Ed from November's Finest here.
Eamon from November 13th.
And James from November 9th.
Oh, and I'm November 19. I'm the youngest. I'm the little boy around here.
I forgot the article on 13th. Like the part.
Oh man, that sucks now. We got to restart now. All right, but for real. So last discussion, we talked about not just our senior year, but we were talking about memories. We were just reminiscing a little bit because there's nothing better to do in this quarantine and stuff. We got to continue that because there was so many other things we didn't cover. And personally, one of my favorite moments that we all forgot about, but I'm just never gonna forget, was the 2017, 18, no, 2018.
What was that, junior, sophomore year?
I forget if it was sophomore year.
Oh, you're going back in high school.
Yeah, now I'm going back. I'm not just talking about senior year. Senior year was fun and all, but I want to talk about when Eamon here ran for vice president.
Oh, shit. That shit was rigged, bro. I don't care.
Bro. And I know it was rigged. All right. So.
You're the one that rigged it.
No.
I know.
So sadly, I have no videos on this, but it was by far one of my favorite moments. This dude, he's running for vice president. And when we have class elections and stuff, people prepare speeches and stuff. They take maybe a day, even 2 days to prepare a speech and to prepare what they want to do for the class.
Unless you're Balaji, then you're an absolute beast that just goes up, wings it, and then wins every time. But yeah.
No, unless you're Balaji. So Eamon
wanted to be Balaji.
Well, so I remember the day he's running, and he almost forgot that he was running. That's the first thing. He forgot that he was running.
No, yeah, I remember that.
And not just that, he didn't just forget that he was running.
It was sophomore year, bro, because I remember we were in pre-calc and we were talking to some people that graduated.
Yeah, no, it was sophomore year. And literally, this dude forgets that he's supposed to go up in front of the whole school in 40 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever it was. And not only did he forget, but he didn't even plan a speech. So this dude goes running out of the fucking classroom to find a junior.
Just ditched class.
He ditched class.
Just
because
Eamon right there.
No, because as I mentioned, Eamon has strategies. That's the thing. When Eamon slacks and all that, he eventually comes up with a strategy. So his strategy is, class elections are more based off popularity and, more than, actual legitimate.
Not only that. Some of those speeches go on for pretty long, and there was a pretty hefty ballot that election. And I knew that it was going to be one of those things where you're just sitting in the auditorium waiting for everybody to finish their speech. You know what I mean? And you're just bored there.
So he knew that. He knew that within 40 minutes of his speech. So literally, this dude, he decides to go to this junior who's in charge of the audio and all that, the mics and.
Oh yeah, Maddie,
yeah, right. So this guy, he decides to go in and go out with a bang.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna forget the song "Plug Walk," which was.
It was a hit back then too. It was
when Rich the Kid was on fucking top.
Yeah, it was the shit back.
And this guy, he fucking out of nowhere, I didn't even expect it. He didn't even tell me that it was happening. He didn't tell anyone that it was happening. So I'm sitting there with my friend, and it's his turn to go on stage. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see what this is. And next thing you know, you hear the speakers fucking blast. They're fucking blasting. It seems like they're gonna break, and it's just whoa. Everyone's like, huh? What the fuck? And then Eamon literally comes down the fucking aisle. Oh, plug walk, and then he fucking shoots so horribly, I didn't know what to think.
And I purposely was doing it horribly. No, and it looked like I was having a seizure or something.
No, I know.
Really fun.
And I couldn't help but fucking cry my fucking ass off, dude. Holy shit. And some of the things he said, too.
Were so outlandish.
Like,
They were like so insane.
goes
They
up
were all
on
on the
stage,
spot.
like,
Too. The only thing I planned was the plug walk thing. Like, and that was like 20 minutes before I spoke.
yeah. So he goes up on stage. He's like, "What's up, guys? I'm A Stacks, A Money, A Man, LaRusi, A Dollar, A whatever." Like, I don't know what you.
No, I remember one part of it was like I tried rapping. I was like, they call me A Stacks because I make stacks.
Oh my, yeah, it was that.
Somewhere that. And I was trying to like make it
It was
seem
horrible. No, I remember how horrible it was. It was like, "Oh, I'm A Stacks because I make stacks.
and I
get money because I get money." It was
they call me A Money because I get money.
no, so I'm not. All right, so I sat nearly front row, right, and Mr. Washington was just a couple aisles in front of me, and he's like he's like a class advisor, so he's like in charge of the whole thing, and he's just like this, sitting on the chair, just.
Yo, he hated me for a whole year after that.
No, and he hated you because you went up there and you were like, "I'm gonna make sure y'all see a 0 on senior dues."
Was I right or was I right? Was I right or was I right? Was I right?
Yeah, 2 years later,
You can say I won't make a post. Told y'all 2 years ago.
No bullshit. I just reminded him that he was actually right. So maybe we should have went for Eamon with vice president. I don't know. And that was actually my opinion. And believe it or not, Eamon actually won.
He got robbed.
He got robbed. Mr. Washington, who was in charge of the whole thing, pulled off some scheme because he sees this dude and he's just like, "Oh, what?" You should saw the look on his face, bro. I looked directly at him when you said the whole 0 for senior dues thing. He was like, he opened his mouth all wide, and then he was just like,
technically, you're not wrong.
He was not letting you.
The thing is, I specifically remember everybody kept coming up to me because they're like, "Oh shit, like we voted for you, blah blah blah." It just didn't make sense that I didn't win at the time, right? But then I didn't think much of it, and then that one person who shall not be named, who was helping count the ballots, was like, "Oh no, you totally won. He just didn't want you to win because he said you were like irresponsible. Half the stuff you said wasn't wasn't accurate. You weren't going to take it.
Not wrong.
Like that." And all right, in the moment, like that presentation was kind of like just to hype up the crowd. But let's be honest, if I actually was VP, I would have taken it very,
Oh yeah.
Well, that was honestly, that was like the first time he like found out who you were and stuff like that. Like Washington, I don't think you even had a relationship with Washington.
I never had Washington.
You didn't have, like, you just had like, he had no real knowledge of who you were. So that was his first impression. He's like, "Oh yeah, this dude's a fucking goofball. I'm not letting him become VP." That I realized when he was like, when he just did this, when you said you were going to give a 0 for senior dues. But Mr. Washington, guess what? 2 years later, it's still 0.
It's a 0.
Zero. Big fat 0.
I would just want to say big fat 0.
Not because of the coronavirus pandemic. No. It's 0.
Just because Eamon made it 0.
I spoke it into existence.
But
Jupiter.
no, that shit was fucking insane. That was probably one of the funniest fucking things. It was.
That shit was crazy too because I remember just we had math class and I remember just straight up leaving, like right before we were supposed to talk because I forgot about it.
I know.
I tracked down Maddie and then I was like, "Hey, could you play this for me?" She's like, "As long as it doesn't have swears, like I'll do it because like I don't want to get in trouble." I was like, "All right, whatever." So I pull up the thing. I send her the link. She has to open it up, and then she plugs it in. And then the whole time, I had to wait for perfect timing. And at that time, I asked who was introducing people. It was like Thompson or something like that, or Perham or someone. Someone's reading off the ballot.
I think it was
Thompson. I don't know. Someone's reading off the ballot name. Whoever it was, I was like, "Oh, could I go last?" And then.
Not, but with VPs don't go last. President.
No, it goes.
President goes last.
No, yeah, but we went second to last. But there was only one person running for president. It was just Balaji, remember?
Yeah, but he still goes last no matter what. Or
No,
did he go first? He might have went first. Didn't he go?
I meant go last towards like the last of the VPs.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh.
we already had like 2 sets of like elections, and we're on the third one, which was like the VP, and everybody's already tired, so everybody's just like kind of sleepy, and I kind of woke everybody up.
It did. I was fucking sleepy. I'm not gonna lie. No disrespect to all the people that went out there, but I'm actually not gonna critique speeches. That
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the guy to critique speeches or anything, but it's just natural behavior.
Yeah.
It's just natural behavior. We all go to those assemblies, and it's so fucking dark in that auditorium too. So you just go.
And then sometimes, like in the summertime, like if it's hot outside, that auditorium's nice and cool, so it's like comfortable.
No, yeah.
Sometimes that's not comfortable.
You could take some good naps.
So, what's it called? No, that was definitely one of my favorite memories. Another one of mine had to have been Spirit Week this year. Spirit Week this year, I remember last year telling myself as a junior, I was like, senior year, I'm going all out. I'm going to participate every single year. Junior year, I participated in like half of them. I didn't participate.
Yeah, me too. We went off for those half though.
No, we did. And I think my favorite day from senior Spirit Week was probably pep rally. Pep rally is like usually one of my favorite days of the year.
Oh yeah, pep rally is awesome.
I did.
Pep rally was fucking insane. I remember that we were fucking livid because we couldn't stampede the fucking hallways.
I know. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, we couldn't, but that didn't stop us from friggin' throwing. What did we do? Like throw silly string and shit like to the juniors, because it was a war. It was a goddamn war between the juniors and the seniors. It was
Why
a
couldn't
war.
we stampede again? That was mad dumb.
We couldn't stampede for stupid reasons.
The VPs didn't want it.
It's tradition though. You know what I mean? Everybody stampedes. What was the reason though? There was some reasoning behind it.
Safety, probably.
I know, but they do it every year, so it can't be safe.
Oh, they didn't want the lockers ruined.
Yeah, but they do it every year.
I know, but that was their excuse this year, I guess.
No, but no bullshit. It was stupid, but like pep rally itself is just it's just unexplainable. Like without a doubt. Like, am I right or wrong? It's just
Oh yeah. But yeah, that was pretty fun. We ran around with the silly string. I regret not doing the baby powder. Like usually I'm not one to get scared of stuff, especially at school. I'm not one to get scared to get in trouble in school. Just because I feel like, well, now it's too late, but in high school wise, like I got pretty comfortable with classical. So I usually like towards the end, towards my entire senior year, I just kind of did whatever I wanted. But like I just kind of regret not doing the baby powder. I forgot that the VPs were really mad.
No, they were just really tight. Like we didn't want to add.
Because remember we went to the calf that day instead of doing the stampede. We were like,
my god!
Oh, no,
video.
we can't do the stampede, so we're gonna do a meetup in the calf, and they were pissed.
All right, insert video. Okay, so yeah, that video was it was insane. It was literally like
crazy.
How did I forget about that? No, because I immediately remembered like the war we had with the juniors. It was like a 3-hour war we had with 3-minute cussing at each other and fucking standing on top of tables seeing who's louder, and oh my god.
I don't know who the officials are, but the juniors this year, like, they need to calm down.
Yeah.
Well, pep rally is the day that they didn't have to calm down.
They're trying to this whole year they've been trying to one up us. Like, calm down. Like,
you'll get your chance.
We're doing this next year. Like, even with the pep rally, they got to school like right when the doors opened at like 6:55, and they stole the main table to sell the stuff from the pep rally.
We're supposed to go.
Remember that's what got all of us mad.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, so in the morning of the pep rally, like, there's like concession stands, and then they do makeup, like, they sell like, chains and like merch and stuff like that for the pep rally, like bandanas and stuff. And these people literally came in early just to steal our main table, and they set up in it.
And they got 2 tables. They did the
We
double
got two
table.
tables, and we got one
The
tiny
fucking
table all the way
side.
in the back. So
You got
nobody
one
ended
tiny
up.
table in the back where like the lights are like flickering. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the water, by the
By the
vending
fucking
machine. Like,
vending machine that don't work.
And
Like,
in the corner with the bubblers.
yeah, like.
yeah, I know it was bad.
No, that's just annoying, bro. They were just stepping.
And then they
on.
kept yelling at us and like, bro.
But hey, that's what made it fun, right?
It did.
It made
But
it
it was
fun.
really annoying. It was really annoying to our class officers. I mean, I didn't really like care. Like I
I
just
didn't care. I liked screaming
I
at them.
remember our class officers were really upset about it.
No, I like screaming at their ass like fucking all the time.
Shut the fuck.
Like, hey, if they're loud all year, pep rally's the one fucking day they can actually
Be loud.
go off and be loud. And speaking of loud, Thanksgiving game this year.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
How did I forget about the Thanksgiving game?
Dude, it was the best game in the last couple of years. It just was.
Like
Like,
it's
yeah,
I
like
thought about it, but it's like it just didn't cross my mind.
no, because the game that we all remember and we're just always gonna remember for these next 10 years
Is that
is
first
that
one?
lateral in that 80-yard touchdown a couple years ago. That's what everyone's gonna remember.
Yeah.
So
Right, Marcus.
that game itself wasn't good. It was just the ending. You know what I mean? That's what people remember.
Seconds. Over the middle, he's open. Caught for a touchdown. Time on the clock. And celebrating. Now they realize they got to get off the field because the game isn't over. This finish. They kick the ground ball all the way back to the 28-yard line. They fake the reverse. Now they're going to try that little razzle-dazzle lob. Rivera got a block. He's still going. Rivera's going to run it back for a touchdown. No time on the clock. Rivera runs it back for a touchdown. And Glasgow's going to win the game. Are you kidding me?
But this game itself was actually the best game, the best energy.
It had a
Energy was crazy.
Aiden came in clutch like a million.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was Aiden's game.
Yeah.
Who else? It was somebody else came in clutch.
Aiden.
No, it was Aiden's game.
No,
Straight up Aiden.
Aiden came in clutch like twice though. Like I feel like one more person came in clutch.
Quite frankly, he's the reason they won.
Oh yeah, he is. I
I don't
remember.
know the other person.
Well, what's it called?
To be honest, that was it was the spirit that got us to win that game. Like
Yeah, the energy,
was a pretty good
BR.
Yeah, no, and like literally, I think, well, for me at least, I think after Spirit Week and like the Thanksgiving game, I think that's when it all started going down. For me personally.
Down.
For me personally.
I
For
don't
me,
know.
it went down. For those of you that didn't know, I actually got injured.
Oh yeah.
I broke my 5th metatarsal playing basketball. And that completely fucking sidelined me. And literally the very moment I'm ready to go back to work and ready to just go back to normal life, this becomes our normal life.
Yeah.
So ready to
You
make
didn't even
money.
get back. You didn't even get your comeback shift.
I didn't go back to work. I could have went back to work that weekend, but I was scared. I was like, yeah, I don't want to fucking leave this house because they canceled school that Thursday. Thursday was the last day of school. They canceled Friday, and I could have worked Saturday and Sunday. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just not.
But I remember I was actually talking to Eddie about this last night. Remember, Eamon, when we didn't have the money to go to Europe in the beginning of the year, but Eddie was ready to pay for that ticket.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, we were supposed to go to Europe this summer.
Yeah, a couple days after.
Right after graduation, we were set to go. Me and Eamon, we didn't have the money in the beginning of the year. So we were like, oh, get it like in the end, like I'll get another job. I got another job for this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was starting to make so much money.
Oh, James.
Eamon got another job too. He was making more money too. That's when Eddie got injured. And then
He had to start spending that money that he had.
while
saved.
me and Eamon were making money, Eddie was losing money.
I will
Yeah.
say, I will say, after that whole, like after Eddie started getting better and stuff like that, like and then the whole pandemic started, James's like income went from like here to like here.
Yeah.
Like
And then my income went to like it was
mine went from back to down to zero.
because what I did, I was working and I immediately started saving up in August because I knew senior year was gonna be, you know, a year of senior dues and prom and this and all that, and I kind of wanted like my own car because my mom and I share a car. I don't have my own, so I kind of wanted to save up money for a car, and I wanted to also save up money for this trip for Europe, which is like a $600 ticket plus like expenses you're gonna make over there and all this and all that. So I'm like, bet, let me save money. So then next thing you know, in January, I make mega bucks because I'm covering one of the managers' vacation. So I have so much, like I have money because like I saved up so much money. I'm like, yo, guys, let's get these tickets now because it's cheap.
We were about
No, and that's when Corona was like barely a thing.
Yeah.
Like it didn't reach the United States in January. I was like, you know what I mean? I didn't even know what the coronavirus was in January between you and I.
Exactly.
Like early January when I worked those shifts and all that.
We didn't know.
I learned about Corona late January. Early January, I was like, yo, I'm fucking ready to buy these tickets. They're cheap right now. Let's get them right now. And then y'all two were like,
we know why they were so cheap.
oh, and then y'all two just like, man, not right now. Like,
I even went through the whole
so
process of getting my passport shipped earlier.
Oh yeah.
I paid extra for it.
There was absolutely no reason why you did that.
Because it would have been here by the time anyway. But I did that just in case. I was like, oh, because I'm gonna need the passport number to buy the ticket, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, let me just hurry up and get this. I got it. And then
you got the passport, and yeah, then that was the end of it. So then I remember I worked my last shift the day Kobe Bryant died, and I remember that.
That was your last shift?
So that was my last shift, the day Kobe Bryant died, and that happened like fucking ages ago. So then I get injured a couple days later. Well, Sunday to Friday, like 5 days later, I get injured.
Yeah.
And like I miss out on February itself. I went to Cuba
Injured.
Yeah, I went to Cuba injured. I went to Cuba February vacation. I couldn't even enjoy it. I had to lay on the couch all day, every day, in crutches. So in Cuba, I took the process. I was like, let me start walking.
Yeah.
I was upset. I was like, yo, I can't even walk. So I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I had to use crutches.
Like
and
you like introduced PT to yourself. Like you did your own physical therapy.
I PT'd, yeah, because the doctor was like kind of like, oh, this injury sucks. This injury's gonna take a while. Oh, this could take like 12 weeks, like stuff like that.
What are
like,
you doing?
They were scaring the shit out of me. Like, no, they were scaring the shit. Like every day, I was just upset. I was frustrated. I'm like, yo, this can't be like how my senior year is going fucking down the drain. I'm missing out on so many activities. I'm missing out on money. I couldn't enjoy my February vacation. Like, dude, this is fucking ass. And the next thing you know, I recover in 4.5, 5 weeks.
You recovered
because I was being careful while also trying to like
for no reason
do my own therapy. Not for no reason, James. You know, I was like, yo, I need to get better. I want to get back to normal life. So I remember the day, March 5th. So from February 1st to March 5th, I already recovered. I fully recovered. And he's like, well, I don't want you doing sports for a month, but you're back to like normal life pretty much. I was like, word. Then the coronavirus goes down literally that weekend. And there's so much uncertainty that whole week of school. That entire week of school, we were fucking nervous. Starting that Monday, me and Eamon were checking that John Hopkins shit like every fucking hour. And we were like trying to read patterns as if we were fucking experts, bro. Like,
dude, we're trying to be like freaking data analytics and stuff like that.
We were trying to make predictions. We're like, all right, but the curve went like this, so we think this, and we think that.
Hey, our predictions were pretty spot on. Our predictions were pretty spot on.
No, I kind of underestimated how bad this was actually going to get. I didn't think school was going to end in its entirety. I did think that we were going to be off school for like 6 weeks. I
Dude,
thought
the
like
second time they extended the school thing, I was like, no, we're not going back. Like after that, what did they give us? Like 2 weeks or something in the beginning?
in the beginning they were like, oh, 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
later
And
on
then
they extended it to
after the
6
2
weeks.
weeks, I was like, we're not going back.
Nah, me. I originally was like, I think we're gonna go back at the end of April vacation. I think April 27 is whatever it was. I think things should be decent enough, but it got real serious, real fucking bad.
Yeah.
That marked the end of our senior year, and as we mentioned in the very first podcast, it doesn't take away all the memories we just discussed in these 2 long episodes, this 2-part saga.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome. We should definitely invest in some microphones and stuff like that for the podcast. We're
By
working
the way, if you guys want us to talk about anything specific, let
leave
us
it in the
know.
comment section below. Yeah, that being said, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and you guys are awesome.
Peace.
Peace.